Hare Krishna. So, welcome everyone to our weekly Bhagavad Gita class. Very grateful to all the devotees for taking out their precious time and coming to attend this Bhagavad Gita class. We are continuing our discussion from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are on chapter 5th, which is entitled Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness. So far, we have heard how Krishna, he is explaining various concepts. He explained in the second chapter how we are not this body, we are soul. You should not lament for the body because body is anyways going to lie down. The soul is eternal, and you are thinking of enjoyment. If you serve me, you will enjoy better. Either you win or die, you will enjoy both ways. You are thinking of sinful reaction. Krishna says, when somebody connects to the Supreme Lord and starts serving him, his intelligence is very steady. He is properly situated, and this person is called as Sthita Prajna. Thank you. Yaad hai abhi tak. And he explained the knowledge of Nishkam Karma Yoga in third chapter, in fourth chapter in great detail. And then in the fifth chapter, he is continuing the description of Nishkama Karma Yoga. So far, we have heard Krishna explains various concepts in this fifth chapter, how one should perform Nishkam Karma Yoga, what is the platform of knowledge. He describes the three types of doers. We are also the doer, Supreme Lord is also doer, and the material nature is also doer. We are the initiator cause. We initiate. And then based on our karma, based on our accounts, Supreme Lord sanctions. And after the Lord sanctions, then material nature facilitates. So this is what we heard. So little technical concepts are described. And in the last verse, in this section, the last section of this chapter, 17th to 26th verse, he is explaining how one can be liberated by focusing on the Supreme Lord. Because ultimately, the process of spiritual life is about liberation. Ante Narayana Smriti. At the end of our life, we should be able to remember Narayan or Krishna. So generally when people they hear this, they think, मरने के समय याद करना है ना, अभी क्यों इतना टेंशन दे रहे हैं, आराम से कर लेंगे, उसमें क्या बड़ी बात है. No, it is not so easy. We have to practice throughout our life so that we can remember at the end of life also. So last time we were discussing verse number 21st, and we'll continue with verse number 22nd today. Last shloka described a liberated person is not attracted to material sense pleasure because he is always situated in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. Such a person enjoys unlimited happiness. Sukham akshaya ashnute. Everybody wants unlimited pleasure. None of us want limited pleasure. किसी को ऐसा नहीं लगता ना, आज मेरे जीवन में थोड़ी ज्यादा खुशी हो गई है, थोड़ी कम होती तो अच्छा होता. Nobody feels like that. We always feel थोड़ी और मिल जाए खुशी तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है. खुशी हमेशा कम ही लगती है, जितनी मिल जाए कम ही लगती है. And we always want to have most fulfilling life and a purposeful life. Ajay, just imagine, after you leave this world, what do you want the people to talk about you? Any thoughts? मतलब आपके बारे में क्या बोलना चाहिए लोग, इन्होंने इतना मजा किया ना लाइफ में. Anybody of us want to hear, oh, this person enjoyed his best. मतलब मजा करो तो ऐसा करो. क्या बोलना चाहिए, क्या सुनना चाहते हैं हम? सुनेंगे तो नहीं, but still. हाँ जी, he was a good person. और हाँ जी, he brought a change in the society. Okay, एक मेरे को स्टेटमेंट याद आया. In the beginning, I wanted to change the whole world. Then I realized it is not possible. At least I should change my country. That was also difficult. Then I started changing my state. That was also going little difficult. I thought at least I'll change my family. That was also not possible. And now I am working on changing myself. So people who bring change in the society, they are remembered. और क्या याद आता है? Okay, he led a life. Yeah, just special appearance है ये. He led a life of principles. Okay, what else? This person, he enjoyed, 5-star hotel में घूम खाते थे और इनकी गाड़ी इतनी बड़ी थी. None of us want to hear all these things, right? After we leave. But while living in this world, we forget that we have some expectation after we leave. Are we working on it? So that is the question we should think. Sometimes सोचना चाहिए. हम चाहते हैं लोग हमारे बारे में क्या बोले. He was a good person. He helped others. He did something good for the society. He was a selfless person. ऐसा सुनना चाहते हैं? कितने लोग ऐसा सुनना चाहते हैं अपने बारे में? बाकी लोग नहीं सुनना चाहते हैं. बाकी लोग क्या सुनना चाहते हैं फिर? इन्होंने इतना मजा किया है लाइफ में. नहीं, all of us want to hear that, oh, he was a really selfless person. This type of selflessness, that brings a greater type of happiness. That is Sukham Akshayam Ashnute. Isliye Srila Prabhupada, when he was 70 years old, how many of you are 70 years old? यहाँ पे कोई है 70, एक ही है, 2, 3 लोग हैं. So only 3 of you can relate to what Prabhupada went through. हम लोग खाली सुन सकते हैं और हम लोग प्रभुपाद की जय बोल सकते हैं. But what Prabhupada did, only those can appreciate who are at that point of age. At 70 years, everybody was telling him, Swamiji, don't go to America, you will die out of cold. He had no contacts, no money, nobody to help him, but still, he had a desire. My spiritual master has given me a instruction. When he was given instruction? When he was 26 years old. You are an educated young man. Try to teach this message of Bhagavad Gita to the Western world in English language. From 26 to 65. कितने साल हो गए? 40. He was preparing. He tried many times, but somehow he was not able to get a chance. He was preparing. 1965, at the age of 70. Now he got a ticket. Not a flight ticket. Cargo ship. Not a passenger. Cargo ship. Malvahak. पानी के बोट, बड़ी बड़ी ships चलती हैं. Malwag. Prabhuji is, dealing into transport shipping. At the age of 70, why he has to leave India and go to a Western world, alien land where he didn't know anyone? He had a mission. And the type of problems and difficulties he went through, it was really mind-boggling. But he was always satisfied with it. The happiness of sharing Krishna consciousness, that is unparalleled. And Prabhupada went through a lot. Prabhupada was preaching in Africa also. Any of you have been to Africa? Okay, kuch log gaye Africa. So Africans, they had no understanding of who is Krishna, what is culture. And Srila Prabhupada, before Srila Prabhupada went, some of his disciples, they were there in Africa and they had done some preaching. So Prabhupada went and one of his assistants, he had washed his clothes, put for drying. Next morning, Prabhupada goes to take his clothes and he finds that his clothes are missing. He had another set somehow. He took that, put that cloth and he's just sat for giving his class, and he saw one of his disciples is wearing his kurta, other is wearing his dhoti, other has his shawl. So Prabhupada begins by telling one should not steal the clothes of spiritual master. And as Prabhupada was giving his talk, it's like a fly, there were some flies moving around. So Africa. So one person, he caught that fly and popped in mouth. And in between 2-3 times it happened. So Prabhupada said, for everyone else, we have 4 regulative principles. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. In Africa, the 5th one, no eating flies. So Prabhupada had to deal with so many things, And by the mercy of Prabhupada, Prabhupada has created such wonderful gems. Such great devotees are there from Africa. Such wonderful, pure devotees. So why Prabhupada had to do all this? The joy of sharing Krishna consciousness. उसके आगे संसार का सब कुछ तुच्छ है. We want people to say good things about us when we leave, but we don't work on it. We work on enjoying things. We don't work on Sukham Akshayam Ashnute. That Akshay Sukh will come only when we start sharing this joy with others. So what's the problem with the joy of this world? इस संसार में सुख में इतना क्या प्रॉब्लम है भाई? अच्छा, another question to all of you. So do I have to give up the external sense gratification first, or should I connect to Krishna first? दोनों में से कहां से शुरू करना चाहिए? पहले इस संसार को त्यागते हैं, फिर भगवान से जुड़ेंगे, या फिर भगवान से जुड़ते हैं उसके बाद ऑटोमेटिकली हो जाएगा? How many of you feel भगवान से जुड़ना चाहिए पहले? And anybody here who thinks पहले सब संसार त्यागेंगे हम? कोई है? चलो, thank you. So that is the natural process. First, connect to Krishna. Experience the joy of Krishna consciousness. Unless we experience the higher taste, we cannot give up the lower taste. That is 2nd chapter, 59th verse. What is that? Pura bolo.
विषयाविनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जं रसोप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते.
परम दृष्ट्वा. बचा लीजिए. Param drishtva nivartate. Unless we experience the higher taste, the lower taste will not go. The taste of sense gratification of this world, it is lower. Problem is we have not experienced the higher taste yet. जब तक higher taste नहीं मिलेगा तब तक lower taste से ही जुड़े रहेंगे ना. A person who has not tasted pizza, उसको pizza का taste नहीं मालूम है कैसा होता है. One time, one of our devotees was doing this Bhagavad Gita classes in village, and every week they would serve khichdi, and everybody was happy with khichdi. So the devotee thought, कुछ नया देना चाहिए लोगों को. हम लोग इटालियन पास्ता बना के खिलाएंगे. So Italian pasta के लिए olive oil and all the costly ingredients, it costed 3 times khichdi. First class with lots of expectation कि लोग खुश हो जाएंगे, आज पास्ता बना है. So he prepared that pasta and मतलब 100 लोगों के लिए पास्ता बना के लेके गए. And he started serving, and all the villagers, simple गांव वाले आके क्या बांट रहे हैं? वो खिचड़ी नहीं लाया आज. ये खिचड़ी से बहुत अच्छा है. नहीं, वो खिचड़ी ज्यादा अच्छा था. Because they have not experienced the taste of pasta. इसलिए खिचड़ी is good. We are not saying khichdi is bad, but still, those who know the taste of something higher dish, then they can give up the taste of the lower dishes. So Krishna, he tells in the next verse, what is the problem with the external happiness? क्यों क्यों नहीं करना चाहिए ना? Since beginning of our spiritual practices we are focusing on, क्या हो गया?
कह रहे मक्खी खाऊंगा ये बोल रहे हैं।
वो अलग रस है, अफ्रीकन रस है वो।
अभी आपका लैंग्वेज
प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद ने बहुत कुछ झेला है। एक बार ना अफ्रीका में there was some problem with the local people, and one of the groups, they were like dacoits and underworld type of things. So they wanted to take over the government. So they were attacking everywhere. So they attacked ISKCON temple also. So one person, that group, when they entered the temple hall, so they saw the deities, and the pujari was protecting the deities. So this person asked the pujari, the chief of the gang, who are they? So they said, the pujari said, he is our god, pointing to Krishna. It was black Krishna and white Radharani. He is our god. And he says, and who is this lady standing beside him? So उसको क्या बोलने का, अब ये राधा रानी कौन है? और so he said, pujari said, she is wife of our god. So the chief immediately turns around and says, we will not attack them, they are good people. ये क्या हो गया? Black god has a white wife. So ऐसे ऐसे बहुत सारी चीजें हुई हैं अफ्रीका में. And people, they are not aware of what is the actual Krishna consciousness. They are just focusing on the external things. So what's the problem with external happiness? Krishna answers in the next verse. Very, very powerful verse. ये ही संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःख योनय एव ते आद्यन्तवन्त कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधा. Translation, somebody can read.
An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery, which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, with such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them.
Yes, very, very important verse. Yehi samsparsha. When the senses, they come in sparsha with the sense objects. Sense objects समझते हैं ना सब लोग? For the eyes, the object. What is the sense object for the eye? The beautiful forms. The sense object for the ears? Sound. For the tongue? Nice taste. So that's how these are the various sense objects. So Krishna says, Yehi samsparshja. Sparsh से जो जन्म लेता है. What takes birth when senses comes in touch with sense objects? What we experience? Sukh. We experience happiness. When good things, they come in touch with our senses, we experience happiness. So he says the pleasure arising from the sense objects, dukkha yonaya eva. It is a place of birth for misery. Dukkha yonaya. Yonaya means
they're experimenting. You put a cake piece so that the fly sits there. Doesn't disturb you. I mean,
no time will come. No time flies will come. No.
उधर रखिए ना, उधर आएंगे मेरा पे. आपको एक्सपेरिमेंट करना है तो उतना बड़ा जगह पड़ा है, बगल में ही रखना है, मतलब और ज्यादा डिस्टर्बेंस हो इसलिए.
कहीं और जा रही तुम भी करिए.
दुख योनया एवा. एवा मीन्स ओनली. मतलब दिस इज टू मच. मतलब ऐसा बोलेंगे ओनली, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? खाली दुख मिलता है क्या? When sense objects come in touch with senses, what takes birth is dukkha. Dukkha yoneya eva. Yonaya means the place, yoni. Therefore, Adi Anta Vanta. The happiness has a beginning and it has an end. जो भी संसार में शुरू होता है सुख, just imagine if very nice गुलाब जामुन is given. यहाँ पे कंपटीशन लगा है गुलाब जामुन खाने का, कितने लोगों को गुलाब जामुन पसंद है यहाँ पे? मैक्सिमम लोगों को पसंद होगा. सो मतलब यंगस्टर्स को अगर लगाया है कंपटीशन, मतलब आफ्टर 50 तो एनीवेज ज्यादा चाम चला जाता है उसका. जैसे अभी ये मुदित बैठा है और ये तो पहले ही तपस्या कर रहे हैं. अपना निताय इज डूइंग फास्टिंग on the occasion of Narsim Chaturdashi. He is doing some austerity, eating once a day only for last 15 days. So some great personalities are sitting beside us, amongst us. So so if the competition is there, पहला वाला गुलाब जामुन खाया तो कैसे लगता है? Nectar, heaven. Second, अच्छा मजा आ रहा है. थर्ड, ठीक है फिर भी ठीक ठाक है. अभी फोर्थ, ठीक है चलेगा. पांचवा, 10वां, खाना ही नहीं, लेके जाओ इसको इधर से. The happiness has a beginning and in the end it has an end. So that's what Krishna says. Any happiness of this world has a beginning and it has an end. And in the end, there is always misery. Dukkha yonaya eva, only misery. It is not that maybe misery will come. Pakka misery will come. Anything you try in this world, it is the source of misery. Therefore, na teshu ramate buddha. Buddha means intelligent person. The intelligent person doesn't indulge in the sense gratification of this world. So most of the happiness we see in this world, all the billboards, all the advertisements, whatever they show us, most of the times it is unattainable. जैसा दिखाते हैं वैसा मिलता नहीं. Even if we get what is shown, we don't get the way we want. It is unpalatable. और चलो जैसा दिखाया वैसा मिल भी गया, it doesn't stay long. It is unretainable. So any pleasure of this world has three qualities. It is unattainable first of all, मिलता नहीं है. मिल गया तो जैसा चाहिए वैसा नहीं मिलता, और जैसा चाहिए वैसा मिल गया टिकता नहीं है. So that is interesting thing about the pleasures of this world. It is like sandwich. Sandwich का ऊपर वाला upper loaf and the lower loaf. Happiness of this world has this two loaves. What is upper loaf? I want it. चाहिए. Hankering. और नीचे वाला चला गया, मिला नहीं. अभी तो मिला था, इतनी जल्दी चला गया. Lamentation. And in the middle, there is little slice stuffing that is actual pleasure. That is sometimes missing. Many times it is not there. खाली चाहिए और चला गया, नहीं मिला. And we have heard this story of a man who had fallen in a well. याद है story? Hanging by a tree, and snake is there down, elephant is there up, and honeybees are biting. In midst of all that, what happens? Honeybees are biting, और एक बूंद हनी उसके कंधे पे गिरता है. So he adjusts himself to taste that honey. इतना भी बुरा नहीं है लाइफ, इतना क्यों बोल रहे हैं ये सब? That is happiness of this world. थोड़ा सा ही रहता है. Kamanhalam madhulavaishamayandurapai kama. The fire is burning, the desire. The desire is like blazing fire. और उसको बुझाने के लिए कितना मिलता है? एक बूंद तो एक बूंद में कहाँ से होगा कुछ? तो जैसा दिखता है वैसा है, रहता नहीं है। एक बार एक जगह शॉप पे लिखा था गाजर हलवा 25 पैसा। तो अंदर गए, तो बोले भाई गाजर हलवा दीजिए। देयर वाज अ कैरेट डैंगलिंग फ्रॉम द सीलिंग। मराठी में लिखा था गाजर हलवा। गाजर हिलाओ और जाओ। That is the pleasure of this world. जैसा दिखता है वैसा होता नहीं है। Therefore, na teshu ramate buddha. Intelligent people, they don't indulge in the pleasures of this world. So, a very graphic example Krishna is giving: dukkha yonaya. It is the womb from where dukkha takes birth. In the beginning months, the child is not seen. कि भाई अंदर सच में there is a child in the womb. दिखता नहीं है. So nobody can identify कि ठीक है, looks like a normal lady. No, wait for some time. When we enjoy, the pain may not come immediately. समय लगता है. It takes time for the reactions to come. Any action, what is Newton's third law?
Reaction.
Anything you do, it will come for sure. All the reactions, they are like the water stored in our water tank above the building. और आपके जो टैप में से पानी आता है ना, that is the reaction which is manifesting. और जो पाइप है, there is water in the pipe also. That is the unmanifest reaction. So whatever we are seeing now, we should never think, ये अपने आप कैसे आ गया? It was there up stored, that's why it is coming now. और जो ऊपर है वो 100% आएगा, unless BMC का कुछ गड़बड़ हो तो. So we have to understand this, all the billboards and all the things which are advertised, they only advertise, they glamorize the pleasures of this world. But जैसा चाहिए वैसा मिलता नहीं है. Therefore, a spiritualist, a practitioner of Krishna consciousness, a devotee should focus on the main thing. Satamayam sara bhritam nisargo yadarthavani shruti chetasamapi pratikshanam navyavadachyutasya yat striya vitanam yavasadu varta. So this verse says that devotees of the Lord, Satam means the devotees. They are Sarabhritam. They are the seekers of essence. Yadarthavani Shruti Chetasamapi, with their mind, body, words, and their wealth, or whatever they have. They are always trying to serve Krishna. For them, the topics of Krishna are always new. हम लोग हर फेस्टिवल में वही सुनते हैं ना. रामायण में वही हमने कहानी सुनी. अभी नरसिंह चतुर्दशी आएगी, वही कहानी सुनेंगे. वही नरसिंह देव, वही पिलर तोड़ के बाहर आए. कहीं किसी को ऐसा लगता है क्या हमेशा नरसिंह देव पिलर से क्यों निकलते हैं, इस बार कहीं और से निकलने चाहिए? No, we keep on hearing the same stories, but still they are always fresh. They are always new. मतलब मूवीज देखने के बाद बोर हो जाते हैं ना. आप लोगों ने कितने बार एक ही मूवी 2 बार से ज्यादा देखी है? किसी ने एक ही मूवी 2 बार से ज्यादा? 5 बार? 10 बार? अयो कितनी बार देखी भाई आपने? तो 10 बार से ज्यादा देखी है? 20 बार? आज तक किसी ने वही न्यूज़पेपर दोबारा पढ़ा कि आज का आया निकल वाला पढ़ लेते हैं? The news becomes stale. दोबारा वही न्यूज कौन पढ़ेगा? But the same stories of Krishna, Ram, Narsimha, we have heard n number of times, but still they are always fresh. So that's how a devotee should understand where to focus on. Otherwise, the things of this world, the pleasures of this world, they have a beginning and they have an end. So therefore, the scriptures say, the desire to enjoy is intense. what we get is very little. And just like in the beginning, a century ago, the smoking was considered harmless. That's how they started. It has a good effect on the lungs. That's how they started. हाँ ऐसा शुरू किया उन्होंने, पढ़ लीजिए. स्मोकिंग से लंग्स अच्छे रहते हैं, ऐसा शुरू हुआ था. It took some decades for them to understand that it is dangerous. Similarly, in the beginning, anything you try to enjoy in this world, मजा आता है. It looks very wonderful, amazing. It requires an intelligent person to understand that the pleasures of this world, they have a beginning and they have an end. Please take out 18th chapter, 38th verse. All the pleasures of this world, they are the pleasures in the mode of passion. We have heard happiness in three modes: happiness in goodness, happiness in passion, and happiness in ignorance. You're on 18.38? ये ही विषयेन्द्रिय संयोगात् यत्तदग्रे अमृतोपमम् परिणामे विषमिव तत्सुखं राजसंस्मृतम्. Translation, please.
That happiness which is derived from contact of the senses with their objects and which appears like nectar at first but poison at the end is said to be of the nature of passion.
Yes. So all the happiness of this world, it is happiness in the mode of passion. शुरू में तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है. विषय इंद्रिय संयोग. Now we have heard these three things: wish, विषय and विषय. विश एक बार मारता है, विषय बार बार मारती है. लेकिन विषय, even after dying for many times, the desire to enjoy doesn't go if we associate with Vishayi, the person who enjoys, person who is attached. So the happiness of this world, it is happiness in the mode of passion. शुरू में तो बहुत मजा आता है, in the end it is not so pleasurable. And it destroys our intelligence. आवृतं ज्ञानमेतेन ज्ञानिनो नित्यवैरिणा कामरूपेण कौन्तेय दुष्पूरेण अनलेन च. राजेश मोदी प्रभु जी को भी बहुत सारे श्लोक आते हैं, मानना पड़ेगा प्रभु जी को. At such age he has such enthusiasm to learn verses. So avritam, this tendency to enjoy the things of the world, covers our intelligence. The more we indulge, what happens when we try to indulge in things of the world? It creates impressions in the mind. Those impressions can't be deleted. हम नहीं भूल सकते हमने ये जन्म में कुछ जो भी किया है, they will never be erased. All the past memories are always there. So we should be careful what type of impressions we are creating in our mind. Any action we do creates an impression. अच्छे कार्य करेंगे, अच्छे impressions बनेंगे. बुरे कार्य करेंगे, बुरे impressions बनेंगे. And those impressions, sometimes they create very terrible reactions because we tend to do the same things again. We are pushed by some things. All of us have this experience. कुछ चीजें हमको ऐसे स्वाभाविक रूप से अपनी तरफ आकर्षित करती हैं. We get attracted by some things very naturally because we have done it in the past. Krishna says in the 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, if somebody has practiced this process in the past life, पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव ह्रियते हि अवशोपिशः. पूर्व अभ्यास किया है ना, he'll be attracted very naturally. Some people, they come to Krishna consciousness, come to spiritual life, immediately they take to it. फटाफट माला भी करना शुरू और सब कुछ एक्सेप्ट कर लिए, and it is very easy for them. For some it is very difficult. बहुत मेहनत करना पड़ता है, मेहनत कर करके बुरा हाल हो जाता है. माला करना ही सबसे बड़ा तपस्या हो जाता है. कैसे सब लोग इतना कर लेते हैं, मेरे से तो हो ही नहीं रहा है. We should understand these people, those who are able to do it, पहले किया होगा. हम लोग अभी शुरू कर रहे हैं. So it may be very difficult for us, but we should not give up hope. अगले जन्म में नहीं, यही जन्म में होगा. That is the power of Krishna consciousness. We can't imagine how powerful this process is. वो मृगारी का स्टोरी बताया मैंने आपको. Mrigari was a hunter. He would kill animals half, and he would enjoy seeing them, dying in pain. That was his joy. मरते हुए देख, चिल्लाते हुए देख के उसको मजा आता था. सब जानवर मर रहे हैं उसके सामने. So one time Narad Muni, he was passing by that forest, and he found the animals crying in pain. He revived them by his mystic powers. So this hunter, he was hiding behind the tree. He came out and said, "Hey, why are you doing this? Why are you, reviving them?" So Narad Muni said, "Have you killed them like this?" He said, "Yes. Why are you not killing them fully?" मेरे पिताजी ने ऐसा ही सिखाया मेरे को. मजा आता है मेरे को ये सब देखने में. Narad tells, better kill them fully. So Mrigari, he becomes surprised. He said, "Arey, a saintly person should tell that you should not kill. आप बोल रहे मारो पूरा. Why?" Narad Muni said, "Look, if you kill them fully, you will get a reaction. But if you kill them half and they will die in pain, you will suffer more." अच्छा ऐसा होता है क्या? He showed him the hell. क्या होता है? Any action we do has a reaction. If somebody is killing animals, they'll have to go through the same reaction. So this Mrigari, he was really scared. He said, "I don't want to go through. Can you tell me how should I come out of this?" Narad Muni tells, the names of the Lord are so powerful they can destroy all the sinful reactions. Please chant the names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You know what is required? Only one thing is required. Faith in the words of scriptures and faith in the words of saintly people. That creates amazing transformation. Last time आपको वो रामायण वाली स्टोरी आपको सुनाई थी. There was person रामदास. वो नहीं सुनाई थी आपको, सुनाता हूँ. Very wonderful, beautiful story. There was a great devotee of Lord Ram. Ramdas, his name was Ramdas. And he would do Ram Katha such beautifully. इतना सुंदर से राम कथा करते थे. एक बार हनुमान जी got attracted. Hanuman ji came in the form of a Brahman and he was sitting and hearing Ram Katha. After Katha was over, Hanuman ji, he goes to this Brahman and this Ramdas, he says, it was really wonderful nectarian Ram Katha. But, there was one, mistake. You told, when Hanuman ji entered Ashoka Vatika, there was a pond. And in that there were white lilies. The lilies were not white, they were red. तो ये रामदास बोलते हैं, it was white only. कौन बोल रहा है? हनुमान जी बोल रहे हैं इसको. And हनुमान जी says, "No, I have heard." अभी क्या बोलेंगे कि मैं हनुमान जी हूँ? बोला, "I have heard from my guru. I have read that they are red." He said, "No, I have heard from my guru. My teacher has told they were white." मतलब white ही होने चाहिए. So Hanuman ji says, "Arey Baba, what if I say I was present there?" He said, "Still I'll not accept." अब तो इसको दिखाना ही पड़ेगा. He comes in his form, Hanuman ji, and he says, "Arey Baba, I am Hanuman. I am telling the lilies were red." ये बोलता है, "Still I'll not accept." क्यों? मेरे गुरु ने बोला है ना. गुरु ने बोला है तो व्हाइट ही होगा. So हनुमान जी बोले, अब क्या करें? विटनेस लाना पड़ेगा. विटनेस कौन था? सीता जी को बुलाया. He prays, "Mother Sita, please come." So Sita Devi appears. And he says, Mother Sita, there is a problem here. ये बोल रहे हैं लिली व्हाइट था, मैं बोल रहा हूँ रेड था, आप बताओ. सीता says ना व्हाइट था ना रेड था, they were blue. बोले यार ये तो हद हो गई अभी, अब कैसे सॉल्व करें? अब तो श्री राम को ही बुलाएंगे. So Hanuman ji prays to Lord Ram and Lord Ram appears. And Hanuman ji says, अभी राम जी आप बताइए, देखें यहाँ पे सीरियस प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है. ये बोल रहे हैं यार व्हाइट लिली था, आई एम सेइंग रेड था, आई वाज देयर, आई पर्सनली सॉ रेड था, और सीता बोल रही है ब्लू था, अब बताओ. So Lord Ram says, when you entered Ashok Vatika, you were so angry on Ravan. Your eyes were red of anger. You were seeing everything red only. So आपको लाल दिख रहा था. अभी राम जी बोलेंगे तो एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है भाई. And Mother Sita, when Sita, she was so depressed, sad, and blue is a color of sadness. So she was seeing everything as blue only. So this Ramdas, he was happy, chalo bhai, white tha maan liya na. Lord Ram turns to Ramdas and says, it is not so great that the lilies were white or red or blue, but I am impressed by your Guru Bhakti. The type of, faith you have in the words of your Guru, made Sita and Ram and Hanuman manifest in front of him. That is the power of faith. If somebody has faith in the words of scriptures and faith in the words of Guru and saintly people, amazing transformations happen. So it doesn't matter what type of previous life we had. सब चल जाता है. Only requirement is faith. Intense prayers are really, really powerful. We forget to pray. While knowing the technical information of Bhagavad Gita, we forget to pray to Krishna. Intense prayers are very much important. I read a very wonderful line. I'll stop here. I'll continue with the same verse next time. आज मेरे को बोले प्रभु जी आज आप नेक्स्ट वर्ष शुरू करना, तो नेक्स्ट टाइम भी यही श्लोक शुरू करेंगे क्योंकि बहुत कुछ बाकी है इसमें से. I read a beautiful line. Prayers are not a stepney wheel to be used in emergency. They are steering wheel which drive us throughout our life. So please keep praying intensely to the Supreme Lord and then see miracles will happen for sure. And then, the things and the sense gratification of this world will become little, less attractive in due course of time. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, sir. You have a question? Mic ले लीजिए, वो mic है ना इधर, एक और mic.
प्रभु जी आपने बोला कि prayers are very very important. Deep prayers are very very important.
Yeah.
So if you are chanting, even then do we still need to pray? And if yes, then how to
No.
pray? No.
Chanting means only chanting and hearing. That's all. Only two organs, tongue and ears. No thinking anything. All the prayers before chanting or in between also you can make a quick prayer. Oh Lord, please allow me to hear. There's only one prayer we should do while we are chanting. Please give me strength to hear. Please show mercy so that we can hear the names. अगर सुनेंगे नहीं तो फिर ये गाड़ी चलती रहेगी और कभी हम डेस्टिनेशन नहीं पहुंचेंगे. बहुजन्म कोरे यदि श्रवण कीर्तन तब उतना पाए कृष्ण पदे प्रेम धन. We can go on chanting for lifetimes, will not reach the destination of attaining relation with Krishna if we are not attentive. Our attention towards the names of the Lord is the prerequisite that is needed. If we are not attentive towards Krishna, we will not develop relation with Krishna. It's natural ना, किसी के साथ भी relation बनाना हो तो attention देना पड़ेगा ना. Attention नहीं देंगे तो relation कैसे बनेगा? So हमको भगवान के साथ relation बनाना है. We have to give attention to the names of the Lord. Okay. Any other quick question? Okay, so thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Shla Prabhupada ki